Welcome back to Coffee, Cookies, and Books. And what we're going to do today is just, I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. These are the two challenges that I'm adding to what I already have for my TBR. And I thought I'd just separate these out and do the video on these so that it's not as confusing when it comes to TBR choice time. So we're just going to go over what I've put on the TBR for these two challenges. So the two challenges are the 2025 Buzzword Reading Challenge. So that's number one, and I'll just put it up here with the empty slots. And then the other one is the Buzzword Book Cover Challenge. So that's this one here. And that again has 12 slots for each. So what I've done is I have picked the books that are going to go in, and I'm going to put it up here again so you can see, and I'll explain on the choices that I made and why I made the choices that I did. Okay, so for the first one is The Hard Truth. Now this one is a Kindle Unlimited. There's only 2 Kindle books that are in the whole 24 on the 2 different challenges, and that was simply because I didn't have anything else that would fit in there quite so well. Everything else is a physical choice. Now some of these choices are from my 25 must-reads for 2025. I'll link that video below, and I will also mention them when we get to them here. Okay, so the first one is The Hard Truth, and the prompt was truth and lies. So you could have the word truth in the cover title, or you could have the word lies in the cover title, and I went with truth. I actually only had one book, and it was lie, not lies, so that was why I picked this Kindle Unlimited one, and this one was actually in the list of books to pick for my Kindle Unlimited that I need to read. This is the third one in the Hidden Truths series, and it was the next one up, so we've got that one. Then the next one that I picked for water words is The Hurricane Wars, and of course hurricane, water, storms, water, that kind of thing. Interestingly, you'll notice in the next one had sea for a water word, but it was also the only book that I had for the next prompt, which was thing. So A Sea of Unspoken Things by Adrienne Young was the only book I had that had the word things in it. So I picked this instead. So that meant Hurricane Wars had to go in the water words prompt. Okay. Then the next one is animals, and I picked Such Sharp Teeth by Rachel Harrison, and of course there's A Wolf because it's a werewolf novel, so I thought, well, that's kind of a perfect choice for that one. And then the next one is a how-to. So I picked How to Survive Your Murder, and I thought that, it's a nice quick read, so it actually will go down well for the month of May, and I might actually pick an extra book because this one's such an easy read, but so that was under the 2 and 2. So either one, it could have the 2 in the title. It could be how to, like an instructional, anything like that. So that's why I picked that one. Then the next one is, that's the next Kindle one because it had to have a memory word. And I searched everything. I have a fairly extensive TBR. I searched brain, I searched head, I searched remember, I searched memory, and the only thing that came up was this Kindle book. It's called Remember the Fear. So it is a memory word, it is remember, and it is the first book in a thriller series, so it's kind of the perfect one, and I thought, oh well, that will work. The next one is punctuation, and I picked love, comma, theoretically. So this one basically falls right into the punctuation perfectly, and it's actually one that I put on my TBR recently because I've never read any of Ali Hazelwood's books, so I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to read that one. Okay, then the next one is With, and this is one that I would have mentioned in my video about the 2025 reading tag for the beginning of the year, and this was one of the rereads that I wanted to do, and it was perfect to be able to put this on the list because this is under the With. So it's the girl with the dragon tattoo. So I thought perfect opportunity to add this, and can't wait to reread this one. Okay, then the next one was events, and so I thought, what better event than an eruption? Now, I have no idea. It says here, this is the making of eruption is about to destroy the big island of Hawaii. So it is the Hawaiian volcano that is there. That's part of the book. So I thought, well, that's definitely an event. And I figured that fit just fine there. Then the next one is Violent Words, and this is one of my 25 must-reads for 2025, which is on the list. Now, there are also the 2 other books that are part of this series are on the wheel for 2025. If any of those books come up for my read, then this is going to get read sooner, because I can't go on to read the other 2 until I read this one. So if they come up on the wheel, this one will go in that place, but it will get checked off as having been read. So these don't necessarily have to be right in this order. I will read them wherever, but I'm going to try to keep them in the months that they're in as much as possible. Okay, so that's that one. And the next one is the word Never, and the Ballad of Never After was the only book I had with the word Never in it. And I know I'm stalling on reading this second one because I didn't like the first one very much, but you know, it's in there for November, so it'll get read no matter what in November. Okay, all right. And then the last one is an alliteration. So Ballad of Songbirds. So to me, that's an alliteration as close as you're going to get, like singing and birds. So Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So that one is the last one for the Buzzword reading challenge. Okay, so those are the 12 books. So in that particular case, 2 were on Kindle and 1 of them was on my 25 for 2025. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the cover challenge, which is next. And these are instances where I have chosen the books based on the prompt for what has to be on the cover. So of course, this 100%. As soon as I saw a pattern come up, this is what I thought of. Now, I know that not all, like when you search dark matter, you don't get this cover all the time. And I don't even remember where I got this one, where I ordered it, but I love the cover. And I think it fits pattern to a T. So that's number 1. Number 2 for Skyline, I picked Mile High. So that's trying to get another romance in there because I do want to get a few romances. But that was what I picked for that. And, you know, I have not, so this is the first one in the series. So this will be my first experience reading Liz Tomfordy's books. But I'm very much looking forward to that. Okay, then the next one is one of the 25 of 2025, which the prompt was books, so Bookshops and Bone Dust. I did read the first one last year, so this one's up next. So very much want to read that no matter how you look at it. I mean, you know, one of those cozy fantasy stories, so I expect to like that one. Then a new fantasy that was recommended, I think it was Mike's book reviews recommended this series. It's a grimdark series, and it's Godblind by Anna Stevens. This is the first of 3 books, and it comes under animals, and of course you can see there's a crow on the front, which I thought was like perfect for animals. I mean, clear as day, right? Yeah, so good choice on that one. The next one is Eyes, and this was the first one that I thought of, and Bright Young Women and the eyes, even though it's a cartoon graphic, just super compelling are the eyes on this cover. So I picked that one for the May choice. Then the next choice is Death by Fire, and that is Celestial. And I love this cover. I think this cover is beautiful. And of course it has the moon and the sun and a very celestial feel to it. And it was just a natural choice. It is I believe it's a standalone fantasy, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that one. Who recommended this? Bree from 4 Paws in a Book. She was the one who recommended this one. And as soon as I read the back of it, I was like, yeah, I want to really read that one. So that's that. Then for technology, of course, I picked this one because it has what looks like a space station on the front. Can't get more technology from that. And this is the second book in the Expanse series. Now, I do have another one on my 25 for 2025. Abaddon's Gate is the third book in the series. If Abaddon's Gate gets pulled before July, then I will read this one in its place. Okay, so that means, July will get read early if that's the case. If not, then it will get read in July, and then Abaddon's Gate will get read later in the year. Okay, then the next one is Transportation, and I took the opportunity. This is a graphic novel, and this is Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie, the graphic novel. I love the look of this. Of course, there's a train on the front, the Orient Express, and it is transportation and just the beautiful graphics inside. I'm like, you know what? Perfect opportunity to pop this in and get to read it. So that's for that one. Then we have Foliage. Now, I didn't have much. Didn't have anything that really had trees, because this is September, right? So I was thinking trees and fallen leaves, and I had nothing. Like nothing. So I was like, okay, well, next best thing is flowers, and I do really want to read this. I think it's a duology. I do have the other one, so I thought, well, we'll put that one on for September, and it's Foxglove King, and we will see how that goes. So at least that will get read. And then I have the other one, which is, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the second one in the series, and I do have that one as well. Okay, then we have Weapons. So I picked Rage of Dragons, and I picked it because obviously when you look at this, you can see the spears and the swords and everything going through the shield. And to me, weapons can be clearer. So I thought this was the perfect choice for that one. Okay, and then we have A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking, and this had to have food and drink, and this has the little gingerbread man on the front. It was like I think I had one other one, and it had a cup of coffee or tea on it, and I was like, I picked this one. I thought this was super cute, and I know this is probably middle grade or a young adult, but I loved the sound of it, and it's not a short, it's not a novella or anything like that, but it's a pretty short read. I think it's just like a little over 300 pages. So I add that one in there too. And then last is Monochromatic, and you can't get much more monochromatic than Wild Eyes. I mean, there isn't even any different color for the title. There's no black, there's no white. It's all this monotone orange, but different variations of orange, but it's still orange. So in my mind, that's monochromatic. So that's it. So those are the 24 choices that I have for the Buzzword challenge, and that is going to be added to my 25 for 2025, and then the bingo challenge, which I'm going to put up here, or maybe up here, I don't know, whichever one, whichever, you know, I feel like when I'm editing through the video, but that's going to go through. And as of right now, we have 2 choices that I've already read that were part of my January TBR, which are up here, which is Thornhedge under novella, and of Blood and Fire, which I'm almost finished. I think I've only got 100 pages left to read for this one, and it's a self-published author. So those are there, and more of those will get chosen when we do my February TBR, which will be going up, I think, the 27th, I think is a Monday, and that's when my TBR choices will be going up. So with all that in mind, I will see you then, and hopefully you'll join me in this wonderful the buzzwords. I should mention that the I actually think I did mention it at the beginning. Yeah, I did. I think I did. But just in case, the Buzzword challenge came from Layla at what was it again? Covers by, no, I can't remember. Oh my gosh, that is like so bad. Oh, it's over there. Anyways, I will link below at Layla and Lexi's channels below, because they're the 2 people who are doing this that I watched both the videos and decided to take up the challenge because I really liked this, and I thought this fit really well with the bingo challenge, which fills up as we go. So this one designates specific books I have to read, and then the 25 and 25 is something we fill up as we go. So 2 really interesting types of approaches, and we're gonna give it a shot and see how it goes. So I will see you in the next video.